So what do you have to pay in a Chapter 13 plan? Well, we have the list of the property, and you can take your exemptions, and then what's the liquidation analysis, fancy words that mean if you're in a Chapter 7, you're not there, but if you're in a Chapter 7 liquidation bankruptcy, what would those creditors get? And then you have to pay them at least in your Chapter 13 what they would have had if you filed a Chapter 7. So some people do file a Chapter 13 who are not behind on a house because they have property that they don't want liquidated in a Chapter 7. That is, they don't want to file a Chapter 7, have that Chapter 7 trustee take that property and sell it for the benefit of the creditors. They'll file a Chapter 13. You don't have to go 3 years. You could pay, as long as you pay everyone 100%, you can finish in 10 months or 20 months. But they'd rather file a Chapter 13, make those payments over time. That forces those creditors to wait because you have the protection of the automatic stay, so you're keeping your property. What else determines your payment? How much you make, what it takes for you to live. The rest of that you have to pay into that Chapter 13 trustee. So it's very important to have an accurate budget to figure out what you really are going to make. It's difficult. It's always a guess. What are you going to make in 3 years? You have a 5-year plan, so you want to estimate the income conservatively and the expenses as well, because expenses may go up. Gas was $4 a gallon back in the summer of '08, so you can't budget based on that when it's $2.50 a gallon or $3 a gallon. But you have to be aware that in Detroit, that payment you make comes right out of your check. If you have an employer and your plan payment is $200 a week, your employer takes that money out, just like the income tax, sends it to that Chapter 13 trustee. It's a voluntary chapter. You can pull out anytime you want. Chapter 13. 13th Amendment to the Constitution makes involuntary servitude illegal. You can't be forced into a 13. You can't be forced to stay there. So it's your plan. You're calculating that payment. You have to make that payment. You have to live on what's left. So keep that in mind when you're filling out that budget. It's a crucial part of the process. There's some other factors in terms of the equivalent of the means test as far as what you might have to pay into the plan, but we'll leave that for another time. So the Chapter 13 plan. What I tell my clients, I can't appear in court for you, I won't make the payments. I will get the paperwork right. Now maybe some of the numbers are wrong, being a 5-year plan with everything out to the penny in terms of your income and your expenses and what you pay, in terms of the dollar amount that we estimate you're behind on the mortgage, maybe the water bill,